I'm excited to start another flying vlog. Today I'm flying some fellow pilots up from Dunkeswell up to Little Snoring, which I think is one of the best airfield names I've ever heard, up near Norwich. It's a long way. I'm going to try and get back there and back in a day. I'm going to need some fuel. Not sure yet whether it'll be on the way up or on the way back, but I'll be going into Earl's Colne, which is not far out of the way, for some fuel, because I still think it's the cheapest fuel I've ever found in the UK. As ever, the weather forecast is never as forecast. It's forecast to be completely cav-okay now, but it's not. But it's okay. It's going to clear. It's still early in the morning. Hoping to get high up. We've got strong tailwinds to get there, which means nasty headwinds to get home. One of the pilots coming with me is an instructor, and you can never get enough flying with an instructor, especially when it's a friend and a very experienced pilot. He's a ferry pilot as well as an instructor. He actually holds a couple of Guinness World Records. It's been a really intense work week, so this is a very nice way to finish the week off. Get out of work, get my head out of work, get myself out of work, get up in the sky, get some catharsis, and let's hope it's a nice, uneventful flight, right? I mean, I know you guys watching on YouTube, you don't like uneventful flights, do you? You like problematic ones. That's my old plane that I had a share in, Hug. Took that plane to Enniskillen and the Scillies a few times. This is a ferry flight to help someone pick up their brand new plane. Someone who's also called Charlie, who's just told me that she's retired and picking up her plane to start her retirement. How cool is that?
Hello, 200, entering backtracking runway 35 for takeoff for a flight to Little Snoring. I love saying that.
Glorious.
Yeah.
I wonder how it got its name.
200 rolling 35.
From Yankee morning 35 right hand, given H1017.
Golf, where would you like us to park? You want us left of Papa Victor?
2 stations at once.
Runway 35 right hand, QNH 1017, Golf Romeo Yankee.
And Golf Tango Alpha is wide right base 35.
Control traffic, Golf Bravo Alpha Juliet Oscar at Flymore, just taxiing to parking and nothing on final, so we'll just do a quick traverse of runway 35.
Flaps up, gear stuck where it is. That's what we like, 800 foot per minute climb. Lovely. So a nice big gap in the clouds past here. Might see if we can climb up to where it's smoother. Jim, is that orange juice there?
There is one, yeah.
Thank you.
I do feel like a stewardess. Chicken or beef?
I'm going to just climb up. Anyone's uncomfortable with anything, please just shout.
Will do.
Oh, it never gets old, does it?
No.
It's not that scattered up here, is it? It's a bit more like broken, but I'm still in sight of the surface.
Sky Flight 5 Echo Kilo, leaving controlled airspace in 2 miles via traffic service.
And I reckon I'm over 1,000 feet above the cloud top, so... Yeah, here we are. GPS fix lost.
You don't rely on Sky Echo then?
I can't anymore, I used to.
Is this a universal problem?
I don't know.
I know lots of people rely on them, don't they?
Yeah, well I normally do, but I'm now going to get down to 6,000 feet because I don't want to just bust in the airspace. And I'm going to change GPS receiver. So, did I get this right? You're the UK's only one armed female pilot.
So I gather. Well, people keep telling me that. I don't know that for sure, but that's what people who know what they're talking about keep telling me. There are a few gents out there. A really great guy called Steve Robinson, who also did his scholarship through Flying Scholarships for Disabled People, made himself a kind of artificial arm that he hooks onto the throttle,
Okay.
leans backwards and forwards.
And where did you get your license?
Jim got me through in the end. I started at Old Sarum with my 21-hour scholarship, only with a woman called Fiona Lockhurst, who I think is quite senior now in the instructing world. And then I came to Jim after lockdown. I did my PPL ground school at Bournemouth Airport during lockdown. Sneaked that in. Did some hours in a Piper Alpha, but just couldn't reach the plunger, or, it was just impossible, really. So I did about 16 hours in that and just realised I could never fly a plane like that without an adaptation. So I came back to microlights. Jim is local to me, sort of, and a great instructor, taught me how I needed to learn.
Jim, Jim is you are an confident, inspiring instructor, Jim.
Absolutely.
I would say the same.
I'm the UK's only male pilot instructor that's got no common sense.
That's right. Well, that's why you appeal to me, you see, darling. No, it was great, but not teaching people to be frightened is a huge thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it really chimes with me because it's what I do for a living. Enabling people to find impact through surrender to nerves, because it's always going to be there, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I bring, because I'm a theatre
Tell me
person
about
by training. My first career was as a West End actor and professional musician.
Oh.
So I bring theatre to aviation, really, helping people to know how to play a character and not to fake it till you make it, but to really, it's through love and self-approval that you'll do that and get consistent results every time you do it. So it gets me some interesting gigs, really.
I bet it does. And you say it helps you to bring theatre to aviation. For a minute,
yes.
For a minute I thought you said I bring fear to aviation.
No, well, I probably do, and people fly with me, but I bring theatre to aviation. So it's an unusual offer, really, but it's rather a nice marriage.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. I did a day of workshops at Biggin Hill a couple of weeks ago for the European Business Aviation Association. I did a keynote for their AGM in Brussels back in March. And it was a really great day, 20 delegates who really had some life-changing encounters with what they might be capable of. So it's a great job. You really do see the transformation in people very, very quickly, and it's really rewarding.
Oh, wonderful. And so we are on our way for you to collect your... That's it?
Yeah, well, my little Icarus C-42. It all started for me under the stairs when I was a really small kid. My granddad used to work on the Lancaster bombers during the war in Coventry.
Oh.
And I was really fascinated by the romance of all of that. And I bugged him so much that he said, I'll tell you what, I'll make you your own cockpit. And he put it under the stairs, so it was cheap babysitting for him, so he could watch the snooker.
How cool.
So I just used to step into this sort of ready-made cockpit. It had sort of bells and whistles and guns on it. It was amazing.
Oh my
I used
God,
to play,
fantastic.
play under there for hours. So I suppose it all started then, to be honest, that sort of fantasy of flying. And then I flew a lot as a professional musician, touring all over the place. I had lots of encounters with really high net wealth individuals who had their own planes. And I thought, well, this is a world I'd like to belong to at some point. And then, of course, you never find the money or the time or the prioritisation of it.
I'm just going to check. There's a no-tamed danger area there. I just want to make
Roger, Scott 3737 basic service, Bridge QNH1014.
3737 basic service 1014, Golf Delta ready.
Bryce radar, November 1320 Sierra for basic service.
Call sign, Bryce radar, apologies, pass your full call sign and message.
November 1320 Sierra, Cessna 182 on a VFR flight from Dunkerswell to Little Snoring, currently 5 miles south of Fairford. We are at 6,000 feet on 1013, requesting basic service.
November 132 Sierra, Squawk 3737 basic service, Bridge QNH1014.
Squawking 3737 QNH1014, and there's a danger area notified around Upper Harford that just comes into your overhead. Is that active?
November 2 Sierra, currently not active.
Copy that, 0 Sierra, thanks. So we're routing right through your overhead and then overhead to west.
November 2 Sierra, say again your altitude?
6,200 feet, 1014. November 20 Sierra. My call sign confuses the hell out of most
Oh, I'm sure it does.
ATC.
It's American, yeah?
No, well, no, it's not that. It's the 1320 Sierra.
Oh, I see.
The 132, 123, and then 0 and Oscar. 0 Sierra sounds like Sierra Sierra.
I see, it's a phonetics thing.
There've been countless different incorrect ways.
Right, Golf Bravo Sierra, Charlie Zulu.
Right, now we've got to go very close to this track because otherwise this airspace here is 5,500 feet, this one's 6,500 feet base. So there's a tiny potential infringement. So yeah, that right corner right there is a potential infringement at 6,000 feet. This is where Garmin is not helpful. You can't see the
flight
horizontal
levels.
On the version that I've got. Actually, that corner is shown on here on the Garmin, so we can make sure we stay out of it with the Garmin. Your plane is a brand new plane?
It's got 95 hours on it.
Okay. Pretty, all right.
So it's fairly new.
It's barely really, it's just run in. How exciting.
Yeah, it's a big day, isn't it? Big responsibility.
Yeah, well, yeah. In many ways, it's also a very big pain in the arse.
Is it? I'm sure it is, actually.
Aircraft ownership, isn't it, Jim? I mean,
I'm sure it is.
Jim does it for a living, but...
Well, I'm looking to Jim to help me out, you see.
If I'm awake, I'll help you out.
Thank you, Jim.
We're overhead Enston, I think, as well. Oakland, Oxford. No, Enston's up on our left, that's right. Yeah, I can see it. That was where I learned to fly.
What, at Oxford?
Enstone.
Oh, right. Is that where you're from?
Nope. That was where I was sent by... So I've got a really old childhood friend called Simon Johnson, who's a UK aerobatics, UK team, international world champion aerobatics pilot. And he encouraged me to learn to fly, and he sent me there. I was living in London at the time. He said, go there, you'll be a better pilot. Opinion is divided.
Good morning, Golf Alpha Juliet to Juliet Sierra.
But the one thing that I learned to fly in a two-seat motorised glider.
Oh, wow, fantastic.
And what I didn't realise was happening was that my instinct on the controls developed much further than it would have done in a normal single-engine plane, because it was so wind-prone, so sensitive to the wind, crosswinds, gusts, all that kind of stuff. And so he did me a huge favour by getting me to learn in that, because every instructor I had after that said, oh, your confidence with the controls is remarkable for how few hours you've got. And that's what he said would happen. And I thought, I didn't realise it. So, okay.
Good advice.
Airspace, not so much.
Well, we all have our foibles, don't we?
Yeah, so Ensign to our left wing now, down there. And there's Soho Farmhouse next to it, which is a nice place to go if you can. So I often fly into Enstone. It's a regular airfield for me. Hello, Enstone. And Enstone Sport, Oxfordshire Sport Flying. They are the guys who taught me to fly, and I love going back to see them whenever I can. Yeah, the cloud's really thinning out now. Want to avoid the Hinton parachute drop zone. It might be active. Flying over the top of that high intensity HIRTA danger area. Right overhead to Weston, which is... Yeah, you see, look at the difference. On there, you've got everything annotated as to what it is. Right here, it's just lots of green lines.
Circles. But you like this?
No, I prefer Sky Demon, but it's not reliable enough when I'm using the Sky Echo. My Sky Demon on my iPhone never lets me down. That works, but it's too small a screen.
Yes.
And it's my backup.
What about an iPad Mini?
That's an iPad Mini.
But that hasn't got the...
No, it hasn't, that's right. And if I did it again, I would change to one that's got the GPS.
Yeah. But that's the one to get, you think? This is a good time to invest in.
Yeah. The hardware's been absolutely faultless.
So you don't need a Sky Echo if it's got the chip in this?
You don't, but then on Sky Echo I also get conspicuity of other aircraft.
Yes.
And that's also helpful.
Yeah.
So there's a plane up there.
Okay, I see, yeah.
That's helpful for deconfliction. But it's not Sky Demon's fault. Sky Demon itself
It's amazing, isn't
This is
it?
faultless. It's so good, you become so dependent on it. Because it saves you so much time, it's so convenient, it's quick and easy. You know, your situational awareness on there is, I don't know anything else that comes anywhere close to it. But you know, hardware can fail, signal can fail. That's the thing. So you should never be using those as primary, that's the point. You can see all these other
The
aircraft.
little aircraft to the right of us, yeah.
And that's all because of the Sky Echo.
That's great.
It's receiving their signals. But it's not all aircraft. You see only about half of aircraft are transmitting something that picks up. So there's a danger that you end up looking too much at the screen for all these aircraft that are actually miles away anyway.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at all those planes. When there's someone that's not showing up on there who's about to come through your windscreen.
You had any close shaves?
I mean, sort of like, oh, that was a bit closer than I thought it should be, but nothing. I haven't had any scary close shaves with other aircraft.
Scary landings?
Yes. There's some scary landings.
You close your eyes as well, huh?
No. Actually, I haven't had that many scary landings. The only one I had was quite early on in a 172 at Newquay, and I got into a pilot-induced oscillation. In other words, bouncing, porpoising.
Yes, I've done that once.
The circuit at Newquay takes 20 minutes.
Gosh, is that...
I thought that I was too low on fuel to do another circuit, but I was being, so I was like, I just want to get it down. I had too much airspeed, pushed the nose wheel down. Wasn't too ugly. I mean, it was ugly.
Gosh, it's in sight now on the map.
Yeah.
Doesn't take long at all, really, does it? Impressive.
It's a long way. It's going to take a lot longer on the way home.
Yes.
But I'll be stopping off on the way home.
Where are you stopping?
I'm going to Earl's Coal for some cheap fuel.
Oh, nice. That's lovely.
There's a lovely airfield there anyway.
I've never heard of it.
It's a proper GA airfield. They have an air ambulance base there as well.
Oh, great.
Like Henstridge does. But it's up there, right up there amongst the friendliest GA airfields you'll go to.
Oh, that's really nice to know.
And this will obviously be your first aircraft of your own.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so exciting. I have to say, the best things about owning your own aircraft outright and not even sharing it with anyone else is that everything's just as you left it.
Yes, that's the nice thing, isn't it?
You haven't got to worry if someone else has dinged it and done a hard landing. Oh yes, I have had one other interesting landing. So this aircraft holds the interesting title of being the only Cessna ever to land on the island of Tresco in the Scilly Isles at the heliport.
Oh, wow. How did that happen? Was it an accidental?
No. It was planned. I had an instructor. I had Jill Rudham with me, Jim, that day.
Oh, yeah.
And it was fine. We got in and out without incident, but there was what I hadn't realised factored into the planning. It's 350 metres from the actual one end to the other, but there's a sand dune at one end and a lake at the other end. And it's slightly uphill, but there's quite a big hump, because it's grass, but there's a concrete path across it with a ramp on it.
Oh, good grief. How dangerous.
Well, it's not, I mean, it is a heliport. It's not intended for light aircraft, but C-42s go in there all the time. While I was there was a C-42 from Perranporth that went in there. Have you landed at Tresco, Jim?
No.
Yeah?
No, I haven't.
You should, it's really wonderful.
Yeah,
It's fantastic.
I've been there, I just haven't landed there.
There's a lot of space. You look down there, there's a lot of space.
It's so flat, isn't it?
And you think how cramped and crowded so many of us have to live.
Yes, that's right.
So
So when the CAA contact you, is it just a letter through the post?
It's actually, yes, but email too. If they have an email address associated with your license number, And you know what? They've been nothing but reasonable and helpful, and they keep reiterating, look, there's no one gets punished. I remember asking, like, you know, I said, look, the fear is that you're going to take a license away.
Yes, that's right, of course.
And they said, our job is simply to help. We don't want to take pilots down.
No.
We're trying to make it easier. Yes, we may or may not be doing that with the paperwork and stuff, but it's all just education and trying to reduce the number of infringements and improve safety. And genuinely it was. And the first time it was a letter saying, that risk, naughty, naughty, don't do it again. The second time they asked me to do an online airspace infringement awareness course, a bit like a speed awareness course, which was, I mean, I cost 65 quid or something. I had to do it from online. It was during lockdown, actually. And it was I wished I'd done it anyway.
Yes.
I genuinely wished I'd done it anyway. Jim, am I right? You hold a Guinness World Record.
2 actually, and several unofficial.
Okay. But so what are they?
One's the most aircraft flown in one day by one person.
Brilliant.
How many?
45.
How high did you go? 1,000 feet?
You've got to go to 2,000 feet
Oh,
each
right,
time.
to make it. Wow, that's
45 aircraft in one day.
How did you find 45 different kinds of aircraft? You got lots of friends.
Well, I got lots of friends.
Yeah. Amazing. What's the second one?
The second one was I organised the most airplanes to take off in 1 hour,
Oh, brilliant.
which was 106.
And you raised loads of money for something?
Yeah, we raised money for the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Oh, that's wonderful. You'd be very proud. Was it your crazy idea, or did someone put you up to it?
No, I just used to do different things every year to try and raise a bit of money, that was all.
That's fantastic.
I went for the most takeoffs and landings in 1 hour, missed it by 15 seconds.
Oh, no.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
Was that anything to do with weather conditions?
No, it's just I was just 15 seconds too late.
Oh.
Was that 1 hour or 1 day?
That was 1 hour.
Oh, God. Again, up to 2,000 feet, is that?
Yeah, you had to go to a certain height. I can't remember what it was, yeah.
Let's talk to Little Snoring now. Let them know we're on our way. 1813. Alright, so we're going to be runway 25. Is the grass usable?
It's the runway's half grass and half...
Yeah,
Oh, yes, so I see.
I'm looking at it. So I was wondering if the grass extension is usable as far as you know.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you'll land on the grass and roll onto the tarmac probably.
Right. Is that Scunthorpe disused? Look at that big...
Huge, isn't it?
Yeah. Such a shame. I hate seeing disused airfields. Just sitting there unused. Oh, I can see it. I think I can see it. A green strip in the middle of a
Oh, yeah, look.
beige field with a cross.
Looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah. Little Snoring, November 1320 Sierra, Cessna 182, inbound from the southwest, 5 miles to run, joining downwind, left-hand, runway 25 to land, full stop. Brakes off, undercarriage down, mixture rich fuel on both, prop pull forward, cow flaps open. Flaps 20, we're a bit too high, aren't we still? Reds, greens, blues. Landing checks complete. November 20 Sierra, turning final, runway 25 to land, full stop. Big flock of birds behind that tractor on the ground.
Don't fly up.
Bit of a crosswind from the right. the end and then
Yeah, right to the end, turn left.
bit of unexpected choreography on the very short final there.
Coming off the trees, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, rotor wash, wasn't it? Did very well.
I open my eyes now.
You can.
I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to shut down and then push it back, alright?
Yeah. Oh, look, there's a shark.
Isn't that the
Oh wow,
I
look, they're
think-
brand new, aren't they?
I think that's the one the guy's bought that's selling me my plane.
Oh,
That's,
is it?
That's why he's ditched it, yeah.
Ah, okay.
An uneventful flight. 2 more flights to do today. We've landed at Little Snoring. Pretty windy, bit of a crosswind, but we're okay. Next stop, Colne. Get some fuel and back to Dunkersville, hopefully. That's a Cessna 152. And next to it is a shark. These things are extraordinary. Look at this thing with its folding wings. Amazing. Another airframe there. So how does it feel to just about get your airplane? Excited?
Well, yeah, it's just so surreal.
It is surreal, isn't it? No, I've had mine nearly 5 years and it still doesn't feel real.
No, I'm sure it doesn't. Nice, isn't it? It's got like disco paint on it.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much indeed.
You've got to do the photograph in front of the airplane.
Yes, would you mind doing
Because
it?
that never happens.
Yeah. Passengers dropped off in the plane, going towards Colne. Half an hour flight, and the wind is straight down the runway there. Just done PPR, and I'm taking off straight down there into the wind. It's good, not good wind. Look at the windsock. You see that?
Bristol approach. Good day, runner 5.
Right, that's Bristol's airspace, not
100 on heading to a
infringed.
Congratulations.
Now we've got the Class A
Yankee Bristol radio.
airway
Left heading
to not
3503,
infringe.